As we're gathered together here to honor and celebrate those within our community and all of the wonderful opportunities that Tomaquag Museum has made possible, I'd like us to first start with just a small moment of silence for Angel Beth Smith, one of our former honorees who had passed away. As we take this time, let's think about her memory and her legacy as an artist and culture bearer within our communities. Katavatash, thank you. And without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Iona Vars. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's nice to see such a beautiful crowd out here, and welcome all the honorees and of course all the guests that are here. And I'll begin with saying our prayer. Katantawa, Tobatnyanawa, Ujiwami, Wamanita, Nianash, Quinamoki, Kina, Ka Nanawa, Kakatuamwaknash, Kakatuna, Matami, Namanatuman, Labioman, King, Kisi Quas, choose me on Namanatuman, King, Kisi Quas, Nashpi, Nachipata, Nash, Tatabitamish, Ujiwami, Gamanumanash, Namanatuman, Katabitamish, Katantoa, Ujiwami, Namunaki, Muniton Tiawa, Neonash. Great Spirit, we are thankful for all the love that is still around us. We send our choice, our words of thanks to the Creator, our Creator. We come unto you today with our quiet hearts. Thank you for all your gifts, your Creator. Thank you very much, Great Spirit, for all our beloved. Neonaj, be it so. Amen. You may be seated. And now I will follow with a song. It's Welcome the Day. Kanubi kisa kisa katabatash katantua katabatash kanubi kisa kisa katabatash katantua katabatash ujimuniti uwan katabatash napiamini nashpinu wamanitam katabatash katantuat kamakuonash nashpinu wamanitam katabatash katantuat kamakuonash. Welcome the day. Thank you, Creator. Thank you. Welcome the day. Thank you, Creator, for the beauty. Creator, I come unto you for the beauty. Great Creator, I come unto you with my love. Thank you, Creator, for your gifts. With my love, thank you, Creator, your gifts. Thank you, everyone.
Can we please have another round of applause for Iona? As we open, I'd like to start by introducing our Executive Director, Loren Spears, She is a lifetime learner, leader, educator, and visionary. We all know that when Loren says that something can be done, we just need to do our part, and she will make sure it happens. Loren is responsible for binding so many of our communities together. That is what Tomaquag Museum is. So much more than a building. Tomaquag Museum has made our Indigenous peoples visible here in our homelands. And I should know that if anyone is capable of leading the way, it is Loren, for she is my beautiful aunt. Please welcome Loren.
Kanupiam, welcome everyone. We're so excited to be here at Tomaquag Museum's 21st annual Honoring and Cultural Celebration. And did you know that Tomaquag Museum has been Rhode Island's only Indigenous-led museum for 66 years? And you know, I only served as the executive director for a little over 20 years of that, and I'm so following in the footsteps of Princess Redwing, my own mother, my Aunt Paula, both of them that are in the room, and without my grandparents and their role in Tomaquag Museum, we probably wouldn't be where we are. And I will say one thing off script. My grandmother, in the days when Tomaquag was struggling, made sure she filed all the paperwork and paid all those things so that we stayed a nonprofit and stayed in existence. So I give a shout out to her for all her work. In 2016, we were blessed, nominated by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse for the Institute of Museum and Library Services National Medal. And I have to tell you, at the time, we had 3 staff. We've grown to 16, but at the time, we didn't think we even had a chance in this world of winning that award. We thought it was just phenomenal that we got nominated. Then we became a finalist, and then we actually won the award. And I have to say, it's because of all the partnerships we have out in the community. All of you that have partnered with us over the years have made us strong and helped us grow and expand in ways that we didn't think were possible 25 years ago. So thank you so much for all you've done for Tomaquag. Thank you for being here and celebrating with us and helping us continue to do this important work and dedications of these wonderful people who are getting honored tonight and the gifts that they bring, not just to Tomaquag Museum, not just to the Native community, but to the broader Southern New England and United States of America. We have some really amazing honorees. I would like to take a moment and I would like to acknowledge our board of directors, everyone that serves on our board currently. If you could stand, we'd appreciate it. Board members, if you would join them and stand up. And then also our Tomaquag staff. I have to tell you, without the board, without the staff, we would not be successful. And we have a great staff. I know the difficult days that we're successful at, they bring their personal gifts, their passion for this work, their enthusiasm, and their knowledge to the table. So we are so thrilled to have them there. And I want to call out one more group of people. We have an amazing thing that we reinstituted. It took us a while after COVID to do this, but our host committee. Could our host committee stand up and we can give them a round of applause because they are helping us do what we do. They're being shy and not wanting to stand up, but you know who you are. Come on, folks. We are so grateful to them. They helped us fill this big room, and we are so happy to have all of you here today. I want to tell you that I want to give an extra shout out to a couple of people in particular. Katie Winkler and Denise Costello, who are on our staff, that really were the quarterbacks of this project. We know it takes a team, but it also takes leaders, and they really wrangled us all to make sure this was a success, so thank you so much. I want to also introduce formally our MC who jumped right in and got us going, Sharente Harris, let me get that out. Narragansett, if you didn't know. Sharente Mishatashin Harris is an enrolled citizen of the Narragansett Indian Tribal Nation, descended from the House of Nanagrim. Sharente's two-spirit activism was captured in the documentary Being Thunder, for which they were named an LGBT History Month icon in 2019. Sharente is a championship dancer, has walked the runways of New York, and has traveled the country bringing his grandmother in tow. Today, Sharente is pursuing a doctorate at Brown University's and in Brown University's American Studies program, and has already 2 degrees from Brown, a bachelor and a master's. So I want to celebrate Sharente's successes. And thank Sharente for being our MC this evening, and hopefully keeping us on schedule.
Thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone again for coming to our annual honoring celebration. And we're going to get right into the thick of it with the presentation of our awards. Before that, we want to thank our presenting sponsor, South County Tourism Council, for sponsoring all the wonderful performances this evening, including Victoria Hazard, who you just heard her beautiful voice at the local. Our first award will be presented by Crystal Mars Baker, Narragansett, our education manager. And with all of your support to Tomaquag Museum, our education department is able to do magical things under Crystal's leadership. She is able to find the silver lining in every situation, and as I've watched guest after guest come in, she's able to make our guests feel heard. With such a commitment to our tribal history, I am very proud to bring up Crystal for our first award.
I love that young person right there. Just an amazing, intelligent, young individual. So it's my distinct pleasure and honor to present the Princess Redwing Arts and Culture Award, celebrating her legacy as a Narragansett Wampanoag artist, musician, activist, knowledge keeper, and original voice of Tomaquag Museum, and the contribution of today's culture bearers. Julia Marden, a Quina Wampanoag, exemplifies this award. She is an accomplished painter, basket maker, and maker of traditional Indigenous dolls, making sure every detail is authentic. Her work has been featured at galleries and museums all over New England. She teaches art classes to Native groups to pass on the traditional arts. Last year, Julia was part of Tomaquag's Artist-in-Residence program and taught weaving workshops to our education and Indigenous empowerment teams. Now I have to go off script just 1 minute, because I got to benefit from that wonderful workshop. And what took her just a few hours to teach us, 8 hours to make a beautiful basket about this size, took me 5 days. It is no small thing, the work that she does, her craftsmanship, her ability, her knowledge, and her gift that she has in working with her fingers and teaching others. You can see some of her recent work on display at Tomaquag Museum. So Julia, please come up to receive the Princess Redwing Arts and Culture Award for your cultural expression as an Indigenous artist, weaver, traditional knowledge keeper, and culture bearer. Congratulations. I'd like to invite her to say a few words.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight, and I want to give my heartfelt thank you for being part of me today. It really means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. I want to thank the Tomaquag Museum for recognizing my artwork and supporting me in my endeavors. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, Julia Meyer.
Next, I'd like to introduce Anthony Bells, our Archive and Collections Manager, who makes balancing two departments look easy. Our Archive and Collections Department has been doing incredible things with your support, including going to our elders at our senior center and bringing objects from our collections for them to look at and to tell our oral histories so that we can remember who we are as people. Thanks to Tony and all of his hard work, we have been able to decolonize our spaces and narratives in brand new ways. Thank you. Can we all give a round of applause for Anthony Bells?
Butler left a legacy of inquiry for anthropology and archaeology, partnering with Indigenous community in reforming the Tomaquag Museum to empower the first-person voice. Eva Butler Scholar Award celebrates the contributions of researchers like Eva who are carrying on this work today. Akeia de Barros Gomes, PhD, will be receiving this award tonight. Akeia is Vice President of Maritime Studies at Mystic Seaport Museum and lead curator for the 2024 Mystic Seaport exhibition titled Entwined, Freedom, Sovereignty, and the Sea. This new long-term exhibit is a cooperative effort with individuals in Indigenous, African, and African-American communities, including some of the Tomaquag staff. Because of her scholarly and thorough work, the narrative is truly one of ancestral and descendant voices. In August, all the Tomaquag staff will be going together to experience Entwined at the Mystic Seaport Museum. Akeia, please come up and receive your Eva Butler Scholar Award for your scholar work covering and rematriating the hidden histories of Indigenous people and charities for historical research and curatorial projects. Congratulations.
Thank you. What an incredible honor. I can tell you when Loren called me to tell me about this award, I thought it was going to be another one of my conversations with Loren about something that could be improved, right? Something that we could work on to make better. So I was very surprised when she called and asked me if I would accept this award, which I know the company I'm in, So I am incredibly honored and accept it gladly. And thank you to whoever decided I was a good choice for this award. It means the world to me. And I am especially honored to be able to work with Indigenous communities throughout the Northeast to do this reparative work and tell reparative histories. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Samantha Cullen-Fry, Narragansett, our Indigenous Empowerment Center manager. Our Indigenous Empowerment Center, under her leadership, has made incredible connections throughout our state and beyond, helping our Indigenous people, helping our jobs in Rhode Island to get the trainings that they need for cultural competency, for equity and inclusion in the workforce, and of course our Tomaquag gift shop. I want to thank Sam for all of her work, and especially for bringing us all so many laughs. Thank you, Sam.
All right, I'm here to present the Ellison Tarzan Brown Champion Award. This award celebrates his legacy as a marathon runner, Olympian, and a true hero for his people, bringing the Narragansett into the public eye on a regional, national, and international stage. This award honors the contributions of many people today who have championed the Tomaquag Museum, Indigenous causes, or are champions in their own right. Autumn Rain Johnson, Narragansett, merits this award. We are so excited today. Autumn is a college student at College Unbound, shout outs to College Unbound, working towards a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership and change. She has already been making the way for change in Rhode Island regarding handicap accessibility and sharing her platform, which is embrace your unique abilities within your disability, as well as others' unique abilities. As a member of the Narragansett Indian tribe, she is active at community events promoting health, wellness, and accessibility. You can find her at some of our Tomaquag events. Autumn has been a mentor to youth and started the Spinna Sisters Empowerment Collective as a safe space for young girls and women of color who have spina bifida to build community, offer support, and raise awareness about spina bifida. Autumn, please make your way to the stage to receive your Ellison Tarzan Brown Champion Award. For all of your years, championing Indigenous people with activism and advocacy for mentoring as Miss Wheelchair Rhode Island. Congratulations. We'd also like to shout out the members of Tarzan Brown's family who are in the audience tonight.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to say thank you to the Tomaquag Museum for honoring me with this award. To be recognized by my Indigenous community for my efforts in advocating for the adults and youth living with disabilities means so much to me. I've had many great opportunities over the years, like mentoring Victoria Cologne, who happens to be living in this wheelchair Rhode Island in 2023, traveling the state together as last year's title holders for the Miss Wheelchair Rhode Island program, and my educational journey at College Unbound. These experiences altogether have allowed me to use my voice to speak on issues that affect people like myself and the entire disabled community. My platform, as you heard earlier, is to embrace your unique abilities within your disabilities, as well as others' disabilities or differences. Disability or not, we all have something that is unique or different about us, and I feel like these are the qualities that can help us come together and change the world for the better. Not only is this a message that I share with others, especially the youth living with disabilities, but a daily reminder to myself. This is why my mission in life is to be representation I didn't have. I'm showing the world around me that spina bifida does not hold me back from anything. I'm working towards a bachelor's degree in organizational leadership and change, making space for young girls and women of color living with spina bifida to be their authentic selves through the Spina Sisters Empowerment Collective. But most importantly, I'm still continuing to do the fight to advocate on issues on better beach accessibility here in Rhode Island. All while reminding others that those with disabilities can do anything an able-present person can do, just in their own unique way, and with the proper accessibility in place. Lastly, I wouldn't be here where I am in life without my support system. So I'd like to end by saying thank you to the many people who keep me going. The Miss Wheelchair Rhode Island State Coordinator, Ashley Cabrita, and her family. The family of Little Miss Wheelchair Rhode Island 2023. My parents, grandparents, extended family, community members throughout Rhode Island, and the rest of my great Indigenous community. I always say without the power of support, the power of community, I would not know what to do or who to lean on when I need it. So I appreciate every single person who's cheering me on. Thank you.
I want all of our different representatives from our Honor Circle sponsors to get themselves ready to stand up. I want to begin by thanking the University of Rhode Island, Office of the President, Office of Community and Diversity, the Office of Marketing and Communication, and the URI Foundation and Alumni Engagement Office. They've got some entertainment in a moment, but before that, I wanted all of you to look at your brochures, your pamphlets on your tables, and I believe it's the second to last page or somewhere thereabout, there is a QR code that you can scan, and it will take you to Tomaquag Museum's page for our silent auction. Now that silent auction is going to be closing at the end of the month, but of course if you want something, I would suggest you place your bets in there now. There is some beautiful stuff, books and artwork. I know we have some beautiful wampum from Alan Hazard, and as well as experiences that you can buy through our silent auction. So when you have a moment, please look at that. And now I'm going to be calling up Akeia Harris. Akeia is a citizen of the Narragansett Indian tribe and is our summer education fellow. Akeia is a senior at Brown University in Native American Studies and Theater, and he shares his cultural knowledge with both the public and with his family here at Tomaquag Museum. Akeia is a light to anyone who has met him, and I am proud in the path that Akeia has brought with his keeping of our culture and our language. So I'm going to call Akeia up right now to share a traditional song, and I want to say Kuwamanash, because Akeia is my younger sibling. Can you all round of applause for Akeia?
Hello, everybody. I would like to offer a song that was written by our tribal elders, many of which who are in the room with me today. I see many of you over there. This song was written after visiting the Great Swamp Massacre site. So when I sing this today, it is for our ancestors, and with that, in honoring our ancestors, we can honor and look forward to the bright future on the horizon. Kuna chawo, kuji sumau, onkundi, Nui onki now, ud kisu kwa. Nui onki now, ud kisu kwa. Kuna shawo. Your spirit washes over me. I know you are in the sky.
Thank you, Nikki. Next, I'm going to invite up Rick Shad, our very own G.I. Joe. You can ask him about that later. And our newest addition as Development and Outreach Manager. He will expand further on how you can support Tomaquag Museum.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. 3 weeks ago, I never thought I didn't even know anything about the Tomaquag Museum, to be honest with you. And when I came and interviewed and I learned about Tomaquag, I was like, I never heard of the Tomaquag tribe. I said, oh, that means beaver in the Narragansett language, which I thought was very interesting. The little time that I've been here at the museum, I can tell you that the family there that is building this museum, have been building it since 1958, is absolutely incredible. The time that they invest in telling their story to the community here in Rhode Island and throughout New England is just astonishing. And the only way that they can continue to do that is to raise money. And the money to go through the tech talks and the children's hour and going out and do education with different school children and just all sorts of different programs throughout the community is just unbelievable what they do. But they can't do it without your generous support, the support of the community. So I am honored to be a part of the Tomaquag Museum as the Outreach and Development Manager, and I hope to do great things for the museum. museum, but we can't do it without your support. So we are going to be doing the Give Lively program, where you can text and then you can bid on different items through the Give Lively program. And I hope that you'll give generously. And then also there's envelopes on your table. If you do not want to participate in the bid, please pick up the envelope. You can put in whatever you want to support the museum. And there's also different categories within that envelope to go to specific programs. So I ask you to please reach into your heart, support this wonderful museum that's doing great things today and is going to be doing amazing things in the future. And I'm proud to be a part of it.
We're now going to show a short highlight reel of how your dollars can help Tomaquag Museum before we get started. So if you look to your projectors on your left and right. Can we actually pull that back up so that everyone can see? 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. And beneath that, type in, when you're texting, type in honoring 24. Is that correct, our tech people? So text honoring 24 to 44321, and we will begin our live donations. All right, so our people have long known it is very difficult to be the first, but there must be one in every group that says, me first, I'll go first. And there is so much that Tomaquag is doing. We would love if you could open up your hearts and help us with a donation.
Absolutely, any amount. Who's going to be the first to appear on the screen?
I think about all that Tomaquag has done in our state, that in Providence, the mural that is across the canal is something that people now think of as Providence. Well, now that was all thanks to Tomaquag Museum and their collaborations. Can we get someone to be the first to step up and help support Tomaquag Museum?
Any amount. First person that's $100.
Just text honoring 24 to 44321.
There we go.
Thank you.
One of the other interesting things that is we're going to be needing to raise money for is the canoe that we just had a conservator come in and look at the canoe in the museum.
Woo! Our second donor just came in. Thank you, Jillian.
And it's these types of funds that will go to help conserve vital items that are in the museum now.
Oh my goodness, now they are just coming. I guess it was a little tech issue that had everybody caught up.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Janine. You guys are helping Tomaquag Museum as we're moving into our new home. Can we get a round of applause for the new home? At URI, we should be breaking ground very soon. Very, very exciting. And these collaborations that Tomaquag Museum does helps real people. And thanks to their collaboration and thanks to URI, now Narragansett students can get free tuition at URI. Can we give a round of applause for URI and Tomaquag? Thank you, Christopher Newell, Andrew Presley, Michelle Berard, Tristan Allen. Oh, you guys are coming in. From Children's Hour to internships, thank you, Mara Ostro.
And the tech walk.
I want to really highlight how much our Culture Bearer series has been this past year. From finger weaving, to pottery, to beadwork. These programs are free for our community. And so it requires our community to help back and support how they can. Thank you all, everyone that is chipping in. This really is our traditional way, coming together as a people. I've always been taught that the greatest warriors amongst us are those that give away what they can to their community, that give away until it hurts. Oh, thank you, Katie and Markeisha and Margaret and Elizabeth and Wanda. You know, this is really beautiful when we can come together and make real change. We've already crossed that $1,000 threshold. Can we get up to our next 1,000? Thank you, Lisa and Waterman, Alyssa, Robert, Diane, Ruth and David. Thank you, Danielle and Akeia. You know, just this summer, we had Narragansett students that were able to go to Summer at Brown thanks to Tomaquag Museum's collaborations. That was completely sponsored thanks to that, something that otherwise they never would have had the opportunity to do. And as a Brown student myself, I can say how important it is to have the support of Tomaquag and all the support. Oh, wow. Thank you, Kinder and Lauren and Jen West and Kitty. There's also the Mystic STEM Summer Camp, which was incredible. It was something that allowed our Indigenous youth to go to Mystic, and I heard amongst other things they were able to dissect a seal and learn all about the biology of our sacred relations and the work that they're doing. Thank you, Sylvia and Tara and Fran and Kitty Winkler. Can we get up to 3,000? $2,325 in just a couple minutes. This is really amazing. Thank you all. Let's keep that momentum moving. Tomaquag Museum also has their gift shop. Oh wow, that number is rising. Oh, thank you to our honoree, Craig. Thank you, Matthew Costello. We also, of course, we have our gift shop, and our gift shop is an opportunity for Indigenous people from both our community and across the country, but especially those local artists to be able to put their artwork in. Oh my goodness, thank you, Don Dove, $255. We're almost there to 3,000. $2,771. Now that gift shop is not just a gift shop. For so many of our Indigenous artists, they make beautiful work. They keep our traditions alive, and yet there is that barrier from being able to handle the world of business and marketing. Well, people come into our gift shop and they're able to see what our people are really capable of. Narragansett artists, Wampanoag artists, Mashpee and Aquinnah. They see our Mashantucket Pequot artists. They see our Shinnecock artists. Oh, and speaking of artists, thank you, our donation from the Purple Shell, $100, wow. Oh, now we're even less. One more dollar, who's it gonna be? Woo! The suspense is killing me. This is really fabulous. Thank you to everyone that is coming out and showing their support. I feel like I made it to Wonderful Life. Oh, thank you to Tomaquag Museum, my big brother, the richest man in town. Now, Tomaquag Museum is doing fabulous things with signage. Now, the museum, people can come in and they can learn, but we want people, no matter where they are going, to know that this is our homeland, and it will always be. Can we get a thank you? We want to thank Dennis Hazard and Mary B. Hall for their donations. Big $100 donations. Wow, thank you, Autumn Johnson and Peter Armstrong and Lauren. We're already halfway to our next 1,000. Can we make it? Yes, we can. I think we can make it. of the building. Yes, we can. Woo. 3,500. Thank you, Peter Armstrong and Lauren and Gail Hazard. Thank you to the Akeia Cultural Center, doing fabulous work. Now, I was speaking about the signage that's bringing it outside of the museum. Now, this signage is from different places that people hike all the way to RISD. And so many guests come into the museum every day saying, oh, look at this, what I found in my backyard. Look at this arrow that I found. It must have belonged to a Native American. Do you think that Native people really lived in my backyard? And of course we say, we lived all over here. We lived everywhere. And so Tomaquag Museum, by creating this signage, is making sure that wherever people go, they know the history that's tied to that place. Thank you, Victoria Age. We are now less than $400. More, close to $300 away until we make it to $4,000. In such a short time, we made so much. Can we make it to $4,000? I also want to highlight what Tomaquag's doing with our internships. Oh wow, I just got a note from the big head honcho herself that we have people also putting money in the envelopes which are on our tables. We want to give a big thank you to everyone that is putting in. So we probably already hit that 4,000, but can we hit it on the screen? You know what they say, if it wasn't on Instagram, did it really happen? We're almost there. I think this is really, really fabulous that this small room, all of us gathered together, that we've been able to, oh, wow. Thank you, Carol Gardner. $3,788. Can we hit 3,800? You know, with 20 bucks, that's now a McDonald's meal with how those prices are getting. Can we do it? I think we can. You also saw our book clubs. Now those book clubs were fabulous. Oh, wow. Thank you, Avatar Residential. $250. And I also want to give a shout out to all those anonymous, those bits here and there, whatever you can offer, it all makes a difference. Every single dollar that you bring, it goes towards providing free programming for not only our tribal community, but for our neighbors near and far. This makes a real, and we hit $4,000. I didn't even see that. $4,000. Really, the KP Harris, $4,068.
And that's your time.
We have some words from our executive director.
Thank you, Katapatash, everyone. That was amazing. And I want to thank you for helping us try out a new technology that we've never used before. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for helping us reach $4,068 on the screen and pretty close to $5,000 in the envelopes. There'll be some staff coming around to get the envelopes from your table, so if you have them, just that we're going to send some of the staff around, so if Tomaquag staff can quickly take a swoop around the room, because some people have been flagging me down to hand envelopes. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. We're going to continue in a moment with our next set of honorees, but I will hand it back off to our amazing MC.
Can we get a round of applause, please? Thank you, everyone. That really was beautiful. Our next presenter, oh, I have 2 microphones. Our next presenter is Clarissa Pungui, Siberian Yupik and textile professional. Clarissa was the chair of the 2024 Honoring Event Committee. So, can we please give a round of applause for her helping to put on this beautiful, beautiful event.
Hello, folks. I am here to present the Kaukont Philanthropic Award, which celebrates the generosity of individuals or benefactors that sow the seeds of success for Tomaquag Museum and its Indigenous Empowerment Network. Kaukont, Crow, bestowed a gift upon the Narragansett people, seeds of corn, that became an important staple for the sustenance and growth of the community. This award recognizes the benevolence of our supporters who, like Kaukont, have supported the continuity and growth of the Tomaquag Museum. Our recipient for this year was not able to join us tonight, but Tom Ahren of Ahren Communications wrote quite the bio. It's in your program. Even though it has very impressive quotes in it, like in 2016, New York Times called Tom Ahren one of America's most sought-after creators of fundraising messages, and Tom Ahren is possibly the greatest nonprofit copywriter on the planet. It still does not say it all, or how much Tom's help has been the success of Tomaquag Museum in these past 5 years, and the continued success into the future. A few examples are, he told us to get out there and act despite the pandemic. He put his money where his mouth is and is a sustaining monthly donor for almost 5 years. Tom worked with us and his team to develop the campaign for Tomaquag, the case for support for the new Tomaquag Museum and Research Center. And his fundraising webinars have helped direct Tomaquag staff on stewardship, donor retention, and developing a new donor-centered newsletter. You may have seen Beaver Tales. So, can we give Tom a huge round of applause for all of his continued support? Congratulations, Tom.
As Clarissa said, Tom was sick today and couldn't come, but I will have you know I made a special breakfast meeting with him in a week. So I get to eat out for breakfast and give him the award. And just as an extra plug for Tom Ahren, I can't tell you how much he helped us during the pandemic when nonprofits were going under. I believe the statistic was more than 50% of nonprofits went under during the pandemic. And we are grateful for all of you and everyone else that supported Tomaquag Museum during that really difficult few years. Tom Ahren was one of those people, not only with financial support, but also with technical skills that we needed to know in order to do what we could do during that difficult time. So we're just so thankful for him, and we're sorry that he doesn't feel well today to actually be here and receive his award.
Next up, I'm going to ask up to the stage Silver Moon LaRose, Narragansett, our beautiful assistant director, who is on boards like at the Rhode Island Foundation, doing big things, making sure our people are heard. One of the most efficient women I have ever met, doing programs, promoting equity, and our voices all over Rhode Island. But sometimes she still is able to be an ear for all our Tomaquag staff. I am so thankful to have you in my life and be able to call you my cousin. Please welcome Silver Moon.
Don't you make me sound good? The Eleanor Dove Entrepreneur Award. I want to recognize the family of Eleanor Dove, because without that family's presence, the museum might not be here today, keeping things going. So I'm really honored to be able to present this award that's in honor of one of my relatives. This award celebrates the legacy of the Narragansett matriarch, Eleanor Dove, as an entrepreneur, sharing native culture through cuisine and traditional arts, through the founding of the Dove Crest Indian Restaurant and other businesses. This award celebrates the contributions of business leaders today, like Eleanor, that share Indigenous culture through their entrepreneurial spirit. Craig Spears Jr. I only ever knew him as Storm. My cousin Storm. He deserves this award tonight. Storm Mason, yes. Stone masonry is a Spears family tradition, and art, craft, and science handed down from generation to generation for over 60 years. This tradition was passed to Craig at an early age of 15, and he has more than 30 years of experience, don't do the math, working with natural stone masonry. One of the most recent accomplishments is the beautiful intertribal stone monument he built with his nephews at the Rhode Island Veterans Memorial Cemetery. His work helps give us long overdue recognition and honor to the legacy of our Indigenous veterans who have been serving since the American Revolution. So thank you for joining me to receive the Eleanor Dove Entrepreneur Award for your entrepreneurial spirit in continuing and passing on traditional knowledge and skills through Craig Spears Masonry and creating economic self-sufficiency through your artistic and traditional stonework. And thank you for opening Quahogs for me. And for everyone in the family and community, if you want to see what a stonemason's hands can do, just sit down with this guy and a big bucket of Quahogs.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. First, I want to thank God, the Creator, for everything He's done for me in my life. Secondly, I would like to thank the Tomaquag Museum for putting me up here, selected me. I'm so thankful and grateful. I also want to give a personal thanks to Loren Spears for choosing me, because there's so many masons out there, and I tried that come up here, so I thank you so much. Now, but I gotta tell you where I got it from. It came from Russell Spears, my grandfather. My grandfather, Russell Spears, Lance Spears. My dad, of course, my dad told me every single day, son, when you're young, when I was 15 years old or 12 years old, what are you going to do today to make money? You always make money every day. So it's embedded in me, how am I going to make some money today? So I'd mow the lawn, do whatever I had to do to make money. But that's what my dad, thank you, Dad, that passed away. But I love him and thank you. Okay. I also want to thank Lake Spears. My Uncle Lake, I worked with him for 15 years, building the Pequot Reservation, all the museums, Foxwood, everything. My Uncle Lake taught me so much. I want to thank him if he was here, but he's not. Thank you, Uncle Lake. My Uncle Jim Everett, he was there every single day beside me, taught me so much. All this comes from my uncles. They took all my uncles, what they did in masonry. Alan Hazard, yep, over there, I see you, Alan. all these people I work with, really good masons. And I thank all of them. And also, what else? What have I forgot? Just a little story. Somebody asked me the other day, why does he do that? Why do Indians cheat? So I'm going to tell you, Indians cheat for many reasons. We cheat for powwows, we cheat at war, we cheat at birthdays, we cheat when we say hi, we cheat when people leave, goodbye. We cheat for all the above reasons. Every day we cheat. That's what Indians do. So today, I want to give you a cheat, an honoring cheat, a grateful cheat, a thankful cheat. Butler at the Tomaquag Valley. Just my gratefulness and thankfulness.
That are getting their awards might not have looked in their bags. There's also a gift from Tomaquag Museum via Alan Hazard, a master wampum artist. But I have to give an extra plug here because he did something extra special for this relative of his, a nephew. So there's an extra special gift in there from Alan.
Thank you, Dad.
Our next presenter is Denise Costello, Development and Planning Coordinator, who also helped manage tonight's event. See Denise if you want to join the honoring committee, be a sponsor, or host a table next year. Can we all come together to give a big round of applause for Denise?
Tough act to follow. I have been here 5 years. It's my second time speaking. And we have a brand new award, so I get to do the brand new award. It's for Volunteer Year Award. And that was, I started right when COVID hit, 2020, March. Everything was closed. But people kept coming, so our Volunteer Year Award is given for somebody who helps the vision of Tomaquag with their time, their talent, their expertise, and help everybody doing work that helps with that history and culture, and to take action to create equity. So our Volunteer of the Year always promotes Tomaquag's core values of resilience, empowerment, authenticity, and perseverance. Ellison LaForge has earned this award tonight. I want to say a little bit. She used to come in and just work in the museum, just by herself for a long time. I'd be by myself, I'd come through, and there should be, and in 5 years and over time, she facilitated an inventory of over 10,000 cultural belongings at Tomaquag Museum. 10,000. Yeah. She has been a sustaining donor for us. So all those little gifts, $5 a month, they add up. We have a lot of sustaining donors. It's a great way to stay involved, get all our invitations, newsletters, e-blasts. She has been a huge advocate for what she calls Indigenous data sovereignty, which is intellectual control and cultural stewardship of the belongings, art, knowledge, and restoring Indigenous collections from the perspective of the makers. She's currently a PhD candidate in American Studies at Brown. So Ellison, would you come up and receive your Volunteer of the Year Award? Congratulations, and I'd like to invite Ellison to say a few words.
Thank you so much. I'll make it very brief, just to say how grateful I am to be receiving this award and recognition. And I also want to emphasize that though we finished the project with the collections inventory, I couldn't have done it by myself, especially Tony, looking at you. Thank you so much for your support. It was really incredible. We're actually now up to over 12,000 belongings. And all those belongings have been entered into Past Perfect, and like I said, like we said, that they can be stewarded through Indigenous data sovereignty. And what I think is so beautiful about that is in the upcoming move, these collections are set up for ongoing stewardship into the future. And so protecting them into the future has always been the museum's goal. In addition, I want to say thank you. Through this project, one of the things we realized is that all of the belongings in the collection are storied, and many of them are storied by the people who themselves make the museum a reality. And one of the things we did was an elders gathering. So I also want to thank Don Dove, Paula Dove Jennings, Ramona Peters, Linda Gomes, and Joan Lester for their part in that elders gathering. And I think what's beautiful about that is it enabled their knowledge and oral history to come together into the collection and create this shared knowledge in Past Perfect.
You know, the quiet ones get a lot done.
Our team at the time was a part-time collections and archival manager, and that was it. And Allie and the team of students that also came with her at different times really made a project that we thought we'd never get to the end of, actually get to what is sort of the end. In museums, it never ends, but the idea of having things so that researchers can come in and have access to these collections, students, the Native community, the public at large, and exhibitions and other kinds of presentations. It's just miraculous. And having been the executive director for 20 years plus now, I didn't think we'd ever get there. And it's so amazing to say we're there. So thank you so much, Allie. Thank you so much.
As we near the end of our evening, thinking of those poignant words, I'd like to take just a moment for all of our elders in this room, our culture bearers and tradition keepers, to please stand up so that you may be honored. Can all of our elders please stand if they're able? We want to thank all of you and all of those that were unable to stand, all of those that weren't able to come tonight, but have been teachers and leaders in our community for so long. So as we near the end, I would like to once again call up Loren Spears-Narragansett, our museum's executive director, to introduce the very special winner of Tomaquag Museum's Lifetime Achievement Award.
The Lifetime Achievement Award celebrates outstanding achievement on behalf of Indigenous people and the impact their contributions have had on communities across Indian country. Tonight, we honor, and with great reverence, I honor, Anita Mother Bear Peters, Mashpee Wampanoag. In her own words, as the eldest of 7 children, it was my responsibility to lead, representing and holding the matrilineal title of Clan Mother, thus my title, Mother Bear. Mother Bear lives on Cape Cod in Barnstable, Massachusetts, on the traditional Wampanoag homelands of the Mashpee Wampanoag people, where she manages the Nation House, all of its gardens, and produces the bulk of her beautiful designs and distinctive Eastern Woodland regalia. When you see it, you know it's Mother Bear's work. She is known for her generous spirit and giving ways. She comes by her nature to serve honestly, as her entire family's legacy has been one of spiritual, cultural, and civic duty, both within the Mashpee Wampanoag community, tribal community, and politically within the town of Mashpee as well. Most importantly, she shares the knowledge passed down to her with the children to ensure continuation of the traditional ecological knowledge, plant medicines, beadwork, and other cultural expression of the Mashpee community. Anita Mother Bear, please come up to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award for your years of outstanding achievement and service to the world as a culture bearer. You continue empowering the Native community through advocacy, traditional knowledge, and your leadership. Katabatash, and congratulations.
I was blessed to grow up in Mashpee where there were only tribal members, and we grew up honoring our traditions and living by our culture. A couple of the ones that really stuck with me throughout my life. As long as you're doing the right thing and you give thanks for what you have, the Creator and the ancestors will take care of you. And I found that to be true. And another one is a hapai, to be humble. They had a little saying that they would use to remind us about that. And right about now I can hear them saying, "You're not showing up, are you?" So I'm going to stop.
Can we get one more round of applause for that? I want to personally thank her for all of her teachings and all of the acceptance that she has brought me. Such a beacon of light for all of us. Can we get all of our honorees to please come up to the stage once more for an honoring song? All of our honorees, can we get you up onto this stage one more time to close out this evening? And while you're getting up, I also want to introduce Quanah LaRose, who is Northern Youth, who is our marketing associate, and he is responsible for creating the beautiful invitations, posters, and program for tonight's event. When Quanah isn't busy at work, you can always catch him at a local golf course. And he is a talented singer and dancer, too. Can we please have a round of applause for Quanah and all of our honorees. Quanah, you may take it away.
Can everyone please stand if they're able?
We will now end our program with some closing remarks from Loren. And as our honorees leave, can we give them one last round of applause? Thank you all.
We had some amazing honorees this year. you'd like to nominate an honoree, let us know, send us an email, go on the website, send us a note, and tell us who you think would be a great honoree for next year. But I want to give a special thank you today for all our performers and culture bearers, Ayana Barros for the blessing, our singer during our reception, Victoria Hazard, both Mary Hansett, as well as our talented staff members, Akeia Harris, who's a summer fellow, Juana LaRose, who you just saw, who is our marketing associate, for sharing traditional honor songs with us. Thank you also to our fabulous MC, Sharente Harris. Congratulations again to all our awardees. Thank you for your incredible work, uplifting Indigenous voices and contributing vibrantly to our society. It has been an honor to spotlight your incredible contributions, Katavatash. Each award has special significance, and you can help, of course, recommending next year's slate of nominees by going to tomaquagmuseum.org/nominate or emailing us, because there's so many amazing people doing so many amazing things, and we would love to uplift the work that they're doing. To everyone, Tabatne Anaway, that's always one that's a tongue twister. Thank you all for celebrating with us tonight. I have just a few more things to tell you before you can mingle, before you go. First, the QR code in your booklet is for the silent auction. We already have things that are sold out, but there's some amazing gifts there. So you can think about people's anniversaries, birthdays, the holidays that are coming, and order an amazing gift for them through our auction, or do a gift for yourself. I didn't tell you that. That is active until this Sunday, what does it say? Will be active until Sunday, August 4th. You can compete for these unique, fun, and beautiful gifts and experiences, and be part of spreading awareness of Tomaquag Museum and Indigenous contributions to Rhode Island and Southern New England. Again, we can't thank you enough. To show our thanks, we will be passing out a gift for each of you. You'll see staff and volunteers coming around. There's a special gift. You can also help us conserve plastic by leaving your name tags on either your table or at the entry table as you leave. Also, we are giving the flowers away to the person at your table who has the birthday closest to today. So now you can fight over it. So those beautiful centerpieces, the person with their birthday closest to today. Probably should have told you that after I finished telling you what else I wanted to say. So, just a couple of quick more announcements before I let you go. I should have done that last, about the centerpiece. But there's a really important announcement we want you to know. Tomaquag Museum is letting you know some very exciting news that no one else knows yet. There will be, in Rhode Island, a cultural economies bond on the ballot this November, which will allow Tomaquag Museum to raise an additional $2 million in support of the new museum. Other arts organizations like Trinity Rep and Newport Contemporary Ballet. Please spread the word, and there'll be more to come about this, to vote yes on the bond, which will also help provide an additional $4 million for other Rhode Island arts organizations, arts and culture through the Rhode Island State Council on the Arts. So, with that, I'm going to let Sharente finish up. Actually, I think I'll just finish up. On your way out, you can get printed materials about our summer in-person children's hour, upcoming virtual lunch and learn talks, and of course a Tomaquag Museum brochure. If you've never been to the museum, I implore you, if you have not come to the current Tomaquag Museum in Exeter, please put that on your to-do list and do that soon. Because we want you to see the now, so that you can see the then when we break ground sometime in the near future. And we open a new Tomaquag Museum. Our next big event is Cranberry Thanksgiving on October 5th. Join us. See that information on our website. You can find out more about all we do at tomaquagmuseum.org or pick up the phone and give us a call. Thank you, everyone, for coming and sharing this amazing night with us.